Hello everyone, I'm here with my TBR list and my computer with a random number generator up, and I'm here to do another episode of, I don't know, TBR Takedown or something. That's an unoriginal title, but you know what? That's all I can think of at the moment. Me trying to read all of my TBR and try not to add any more books to that TBR, and an effort to do that. I'm technically not all the way finished with my first episode of this, but I wanted to, I don't know, get some more books to try and start reading as well, because I'm almost done with it, and I'm kind of in a lull because one of those books I didn't finish in time and it went back to the library. So I don't know, we can try and make some progress on episode 2 and just motivate me to read pick up some of these books that maybe I'm feeling unmotivated to pick up. I will admit, if I pull a number and I'm really not feeling that book, I'll probably pick a different one. Last time I picked 5 and then chose 3. So let's do that again and give me some options. So, all right, I have 108 books on my TBR right now, which actually it's less than that because I've crossed some of these off. And actually, that's not so bad, especially after I got some books for Christmas. So it could be worse. But my goal by the end of the year is to try and cut that in half. I feel like I can do that. What was this? Cut that in half. Oh, you can see my squishmallow over there. He's facing the other way, though. He's being antisocial, I guess. So that seems like a really big goal. But hey, we're going to try it. Why not? All right, so let's pick one. Number 72. City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. I think I'm not going to remember if I try and get them all at once. So let's go grab that. Here we go. This will be good, actually, because I've been wanting to read this. There was another Jin book. Oh, This Woven Kingdom by Terra Mafia. I read that last year and didn't really like it. And I've been wanting to try another Jin book. And there's an audiobook for this. So this could be good. It's kind of long, though. But yeah, put that right there. Next up, 59. Ooh, okay. I pulled Ascension by Victor Dixon. I don't remember why I picked this up. I think I saw April from Aprilius Maximus, is that her channel name? Talking about it a long time ago, and it was like a game show, and it sounded really interesting. But I've never heard anyone else talk about it, and there's no audiobook. But I've always I've stayed interested in it enough to keep it over the last few years that I've owned it. So you know what? Maybe we'll give it a try. 24. Ow, I just hit myself in the teeth. Oh, I don't know about this one, folks. I don't know. Let's go fetch it. We have Daughter of the Forest by Juliette Marillier. I thought this was a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I don't think it is, but I still wanted to give it a try because I've heard great things about Juliette Marillier, and I don't know. Maybe we'll try this one. Maybe my disinterest in it is a sign that I should just donate it. So we'll see what happens with that one. 67. Oh, okay, this is a good one. We have The Queen of the Tierling by Erica Johansson. My grandmother bought me this a few years ago, and this also has an audiobook, and I've been kind of wanting to read it pretty recently. So I felt an itch to read it. So this could be a really good one, too. All right, one more. Oh, okay. All right. This is kind of a random book that I own. It's called Our Lady of the Ice by Cassandra Rose Clark. I read another book by Cassandra Rose Clark years ago. It was the pirate one she had that she republished as one volume because the publishing company she had went under, but I only read the first part of that, and I heard that the ending sucked, so I never read the second one. But for some reason I've kept this because it sounded interesting. But now I'm do I really want to read it? Let's read the synopsis. Maybe I might try this and see if I like it, and I might DNF it if I end up not liking it. I think our most likely picks, definitely City of Brass, definitely Queen of the Tierling, and then out of these remaining 3, I think I still hold the most interest for Ascension. But let's say this, if I look more into these and I'm not interested in them anymore, I'll just donate them, because why keep them on my shelves if I'm not going to read them and somebody else will like them? So yeah, I'll come back when I've started one of these books. Okay, bye. Hello, we are sitting in front of my window seat, which has 1 million stuffed animals on it and this fan. And I forgot that I was reading The City of Brass for this video. I also have done another, like, finish all the books I'm reading because they always motivate me, you know, to get through all the books I've inevitably started. And I did that for that video, did this book for that video, and I forgot that I pulled it. The whole point I was reading it is because I pulled it for this video. Obviously, it's been way too long. I was optimistic I would get through these 3 books faster, and I still have hope because this is the longest one, and I have 2 shorter ones left, so I still think it can be accomplished. But I'm just going to give my quick thoughts because, oh, I washed my hands and I got water all over this. Oops. I've already talked about this in the other video with spoilers, and I know that's going up first. So if you want to go, like, see my whole spoilery reasons for the way I felt about this book, I'll link that video. But it's a 3-star. I thought it was really good, but I don't think I've even talked about what this book is about. I don't know if I've talked about it in either. No, I did in the other video. Anyway, this book is about this girl named Nahiri. Oh my god. No, it's Nari. It's Nari. Sorry, I was trying to remember how the audiobook pronounced it. This girl named Nari who is from Cairo in Egypt. And basically, she learns that she has this jinn ancestry that she was previously unaware of when she accidentally summons this other jinn named Dara. And listen, if this book, the first half of this book probably is just Nari and Dara traveling to Daevabad, which is this jinn city. If the whole book had just been that, 5 stars. That segment was 5 stars for sure. I loved their relationship. I love the dynamic. The world building was confusing, but I was slowly getting on board. But the whole book wasn't that. The book is told from Nari and another character who's in the city Daevabad, Ali's perspective. I hated Ali. I thought he was a whiny little bitch. I did not. Sorry, an alarm went off on my phone. I was just saying I didn't like Ali. I think he's a whiny little bitch. I really did not care for him. I didn't like his chapters. They were even more confusing with the world building. I just did not care for him. And his chapters are half the book. And I didn't mind. Like, I was gonna say that maybe it should have been like a Nari Dara chapter's perspective, but I get why she didn't do that because then it would all take place in the same area and we'd just be it'd be repetitive. So I get that, but like I just didn't like half the book because I didn't like Ali. And I did some research on the rest of the series and where it's going to see if I wanted to continue. And I'm not going to go into spoilers, but I am not going to continue with the series. Though I am very glad I read this because I did like a lot of elements and I was like struggling hard to find a good Jinn book. And I do think this is good. It's just Ali just isn't for me. And I was such a huge character person that it's just not, the rest of the series is not going to work for me personally, based on the research I have done. That's that. 3/3.5 stars. And next up, I will probably be reading The Queen of the Tearling, because that one is the one that has an audiobook. And I'm already reading a bunch of stuff physically right now. So that third, I think it's like Ascension. I forget the author's name. Sorry, I just woke up like 20 minutes ago. So yeah, that's what's next. I'll check in when I finish or start one of those or whatever. Probably finish. Anyway, bye. Good morning, everyone. Late last night, I finished Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. It's been quite a while since I've read City of Brass. That's okay. It'll probably be a while before I read, what is the other one for this video? Ascension. But, oh, the stuffed animal's falling off the bed. Whoops. Anyway, I was going to check in about this, and then I didn't. I listened to it on audio, and I was packing a lot last night, packing up my books. You can see that whole shelf is empty. I have a lot of books, so it's a process, but made a dent in it last night. But I listened to like a third of this while I was doing it. I've owned this book forever. I'm actually really glad this video kind of pushed me to read it. It's also, I put it on my like self-destruct TBR, so that's another one down for that as well. But I'm glad I like pushed myself to read it because my grandmother actually bought me this book and it was really sweet. She like maybe 4 years ago now, I've owned this for a while. She like just went into a Barnes and Noble and asked an employee like about good fantasy books because she knows I love fantasy. So like, it's really sweet memory associated with it. And I don't remember the other one she got me. I'm sure they're around, or I've read some of them. But anyway, I do remember this was one of the ones she got. This was kind of a booktube darling the year it came out, which was 2014. So almost 10 years ago, which is nauseating. Like, I remember clearly people talking about this. It's about this girl named Kelsey who was raised away from this kingdom. Like, she was hidden away. She's the queen of the tierling. And then when she's 19, she gets brought back to rule this kingdom, basically, now that she's out of hiding. Because I guess she was put into hiding because she would have been killed. But people still trying to kill her, but I don't really understand exactly why that situation happened, but she's brought back to the kingdom to rule. I have a weird, like, relationship with this book. I like, really enjoyed it and also thought it was just fine at the same time. Like, I think this has I feel like a lot of people could compare this to Game of Thrones. I feel like it has that vibe, like medieval fantasy with like a hint of magic, and it's pretty dark, much like Game of Thrones. But I feel like, and I've read the first 3 Game of Thrones books. So I've read Game of Thrones, Clash of Kings, Storm of Swords, but I've seen the entire show. But I feel like specifically in the Game of Thrones books, the characters are just much better than in Queen of the Tierling. The only character I felt really invested in this was Kelsey, the main character. I really liked her, but everybody else, I was like, whatever. Not that I disliked them, but I just didn't feel like I didn't have a favorite. I wasn't like invested as invested, I guess. But yeah, anyway, but I think it's really good at the same time. Like, I understand why people really like this. I think the story is really good and solid and well written, but I also don't think it's like the most original thing I've ever read, if that makes sense. It didn't feel super unique in the genre. But so I gave this like a 3.5. Like, I don't know. I enjoyed it, but also didn't blow me away, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I do think, because I was kind of debating the whole time reading this if I wanted to continue with the series, and I think I do. I think I want to see, where it goes, but I was like skimming some Goodreads reviews, and people definitely like the second book and then are kind of mixed on the third book, so I'm a little nervous. Oh, sorry, there's another squishmallow. He's face down. That's also another thing I have to figure out how to pack. I finally read this, 3.5 stars, so that means in this video, because City of Brass was like a 2.53, that one was disappointing. More disappointing because I know where the series... I just dropped it. That's okay. I know where the series goes, and I don't want to finish the series. But, so I guess technically then I like Queen of the Tierling a little bit more. I'm a little bit more invested. But yeah, unfortunately, it's been kind of... I have some average books in this video, but I have that Ascension book left to read. I don't know when I'll read it, but you'll hear about it. I might film a new intro at some point. I have been less good at keeping track of my physical TBR recently. I think I'm going to redo that whole thing after I move and get all my books set up in the new place. But maybe I'll still do a few rolls with the old list because, those books are still all on my TBR. But yeah, anyway, I'll check in with you at some point. Bye. Hello, pardon my appearance. I've been packing and moving stuff all morning. I was exporting my end of year book tag video, and I realized I have a few other videos that I've been working on, and one of them is I read my physical TBR. This video, I don't know why I'm acting like I'm not making this clip for this video. this video. I saw it and I was like, I've read 2 of the 3 books, and obviously it's been taking forever as per usual. But I realized pardon these. I went out with my sister the other night. I realized, I was like, I don't even know where that book is. Like the one I need to read to finish that video. I was like, I have no clue where it is. I started it and then I had to pack it and it's gone. It is in a box. There's like 4,000 boxes of books because I have so many books. I did not realize how many books I had until I packed all of them in boxes. It's been insanity. So I'm just gonna export this thing right now. We're just gonna do it right now. We're gonna upload it, and we're gonna have I have this whole idea where I'm gonna have a fresh start, where when I unpack all the books and set up my library and everything, we're gonna start this series anew with because I also unhauled a bunch of books in this packing process, and we're just gonna start over. So we're just gonna upload this now, and I apologize that there's only 2 books in it instead of 3, and that they were both kind of middling, because I read City of Brass and Queen of the Tearling. I will be continuing the Queen of the Tearling series, though, at some point, so that is nice, I guess. So apologies for the chaos, but that is what I've decided to do right now. So we're gonna add this clip in, we're gonna export that video too, and we're gonna get it uploaded. Let's go. Okay, cool.